Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into the world of data entry jobs from home.
Always a relevant topic.
You know it. Maybe you're thinking about switching careers or even just exploring a side hustle, or maybe you're just curious
Right.
about what this whole world is all about. And we're using a popular YouTube video as our guide. It's called 7 Legit Data Entry Jobs from Home to Make Money Online in 2024.
Catchy title.
It is by SuperHumans Life, and they highlight some platforms and opportunities. And we're here to help you extract the most useful bits.
Yeah.
For our deep dive, we'll be focusing on the platforms themselves and the kind of work you can find,
Sounds good.
rather than general freelancing tips.
Makes sense. It's all about getting specific with data entry, helping you make informed choices.
Exactly. And the first thing that struck me was the sheer variety of data entry work.
Yeah.
It's way beyond just typing all day long.
For sure.
Huh.
The field has definitely expanded. Data is used in pretty much every industry now.
Right.
Finance, healthcare, marketing, you name it.
Absolutely.
And then there's the massive world of AI development, which needs tons of data for training algorithms.
Oh, wow. You're right. I hadn't considered the AI angle.
Yeah.
The video mentions converting files, pulling information from receipts,
Uh-huh.
and even tagging cat pictures for AI training,
That's a real one.
which sounds surprisingly fun.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's a good example of how data entry is evolving. It's not just about inputting numbers and text anymore.
Right.
It's about preparing data for all sorts of purposes, including teaching machines to see the world.
So it's not just about speed typing.
Nope.
You also need accuracy and attention to detail.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially with AI training, a single mistake could have a ripple effect.
Absolutely. The quality of the data is paramount. If you're training an AI to identify objects, for example,
Yeah.
inaccurate labeling could lead to real-world consequences down the line.
Wow. That's a lot of responsibility.
It is.
It makes you realize that data entry, while often seen as entry level,
Right.
plays a crucial role in many industries.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And it's a field with staying power.
Yeah.
Even as AI becomes more sophisticated, humans will still be needed to train, verify, and manage the data that feeds those systems.
That's really reassuring for anyone considering this as a career path.
Yeah.
So let's dive into the platforms themselves.
All right.
The video groups them into 2 categories:
Okay.
general platforms and specialized platforms.
Gotcha.
Starting with the general ones, Clickworker and Microworkers. What makes them stand out?
Well, Clickworker and Microworkers are great for beginners
Okay.
because they offer a wide range of tasks and are open to people globally. This means you can try out different types of data entry work
Right.
and see what you enjoy. Microworkers, in particular, has some unique tasks,
Okay.
like electricity meter reading.
That's right. I remember that from the video.
Yeah.
It's so specific, and it made me realize how niche these tasks can get.
Yeah.
But that's good news for people who want to specialize and potentially earn a higher rate for their expertise.
Exactly. Finding your niche is crucial in any freelance field,
Right.
but it's especially relevant with data entry. The more specialized you become, the more valuable your skills are to clients.
So these general platforms are like a testing ground for figuring out what you like and where your strengths lie.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And the global reach is a huge plus.
Right.
You can work from anywhere in the world as long as you have an internet connection.
Okay, so what about the other general platform mentioned, Append?
Append is similar to Clickworker and Microworkers in terms of ease of entry and global reach.
Okay.
However, they tend to focus more on AI training and data collection for machine learning.
So if you're interested in the AI side of things, Append might be a good starting point.
Yeah,
And the video mentioned they use PayPal,
right.
which is familiar and convenient payment method for many.
Right. That's a good detail to note. It highlights the accessibility of these platforms.
Yeah,
You don't need to set up complex invoicing systems or jump through hoops to get paid.
makes sense. Okay, so we've covered the general platforms, Clickworker, Microworkers, and Append. Now let's move on to the specialized platforms mentioned in the video,
Okay.
starting with...
Well, before we jump into those,
Okay.
there's one more general platform that deserves a mention even though it wasn't in the original video, Amazon Mechanical Turk,
Oh, right.
often called MTurk.
I've heard of that one. It's been around for a while, hasn't it?
It has, and it's still one of the largest microtasking platforms out there. It functions a lot like the others we've discussed,
Okay.
with a wide variety of tasks available,
Yeah.
but it's known for its low pay.
So MTurk might be good for getting your feet wet, but maybe not for long-term income.
Exactly. It's all about understanding the trade-offs. Ease of entry often means lower pay.
That's a recurring theme in the freelance world, isn't it?
It is. You have to weigh your priorities.
Yeah.
Quick access to work versus higher earning potential.
Okay, that's a great point to keep in mind. Now onto those specialized platforms.
All right.
The video highlighted too. Axion and Dion Data. What sets them apart from the others?
Axion and Dion Data are what the video calls the veterans of the data entry world.
Okay.
They're both well-established platforms, primarily for U.S.-based workers, and they tend to offer more specialized, higher-paying tasks. Axion even has a paid membership model.
Oh, that's interesting. Paid membership for data entry. That seems counterintuitive. Why would you pay to work?
It's a good question, and it highlights a crucial difference between general and specialized platforms.
Okay.
Axion's paid membership is designed to attract both serious workers and reputable clients. Think of it like an exclusive club.
Gotcha.
By charging a fee, they can filter out casual workers and create a pool of dedicated professionals, which in turn attracts clients willing to pay for quality and reliability.
So it's a way to signal a higher level of commitment and potentially access better paying opportunities.
Exactly. It's a trade-off, of course.
Yeah.
You have to weigh the upfront cost against the potential for higher earnings and more consistent work.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, what about Dion Data?
Uh-huh.
They don't have a paid membership model, do they?
They don't,
Yeah.
but they still have a reputation for offering higher-paying tasks compared to the general platforms.
Interesting.
They might have a more rigorous screening process for workers or focus on specific industries that demand a higher level of expertise.
Interesting. So with both Axion and Dion Data, we're seeing a focus on quality over quantity.
Right.
They're catering to a more specific segment of the data entry market.
Right. And that specialization is often reflected in the pay rates.
So far, we've covered a range of platforms, from general to specialized.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple more from the video that we haven't touched on yet. Lionbridge Smart Crowd and Guru. Let's start with Lionbridge. What makes them unique?
Lionbridge Smart Crowd falls somewhere in between the general and specialized platforms.
Okay.
They're a global company that offers a variety of tasks, but they also have a reputation for being a bit more selective with their workers.
Right.
They have an assessment process and tend to offer longer-term projects.
So if someone is looking for more stability and a potential pathway to build a relationship with a client, Lionbridge might be a good option.
Exactly. It's a step up from the more ad hoc nature of the general platforms.
Okay, and finally we have Guru. What's their deal?
Guru is a bit different from the others in that it's a traditional freelance bidding platform. This means you create a profile, browse available projects, and submit bids to clients.
Right.
It's more competitive, but it also gives you more control over the types of projects you take on and the rates you charge.
So with Guru, you're essentially running your own mini business. You have to market yourself, manage your time, and negotiate with clients.
That's right. It requires a different mindset and skill set compared to the other platforms where you're essentially assigned tasks.
So we've got a lot to think about here. General platforms like Clickworker, Microworkers, Append, and mTurk offer a great way to explore the world of data entry and find your niche. Specialized platforms like Axion and Dion Data cater to more experienced workers and potentially offer higher pay. And then there's Guru, which gives you more control, but also requires a more entrepreneurial approach.
It's a diverse landscape, and the key is to understand the nuances of each platform and choose the one that best aligns with your goals and preferences.
Absolutely. And I think what we've learned so far goes beyond just data entry. These insights apply to freelancing in general.
Definitely.
It's about understanding the trade-offs, finding your niche, and developing the right skills and mindset to succeed.
Absolutely.
But we'll dive deeper into those aspects in the next part of our deep dive.
It's fascinating how the world of work is changing, isn't it?
It really is.
These platforms are opening up opportunities for people all over the globe.
Yeah,
And data entry in particular seems to be at the heart of it.
you're right. And speaking of the changing world of work, we touched on AI earlier,
Uh-huh.
and I wanted to explore that a bit further. It seems like there's this fear that AI will eventually replace data entry jobs altogether. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, that's a common concern, but I think it's more nuanced than that.
Okay.
Yes, AI is automating some aspects of data entry,
Right.
but it's also creating new opportunities. Think of it as an evolution rather than a replacement.
So instead of fearing AI, we should be learning how to work alongside it.
Exactly. The key is to adapt and acquire the skills that will be in demand in this new landscape. For example, the ability to train AI models, verify their output, and handle complex data sets that require human judgment.
That makes sense. Instead of simply inputting data, we might be managing, interpreting, and ensuring its accuracy. It's like becoming data detectives.
I like that analogy. Data detectives, it captures the essence of this evolving role, and it highlights the importance of critical thinking skills in the age of AI.
So, attention to detail, accuracy, critical thinking, these are all valuable skills.
For sure.
For anyone interested in data entry, both now and in the future, what other skills would you say are essential?
Well, we've talked about the technical skills,
Right.
but there are also important soft skills to consider.
Hmm.
Things like self-motivation, time management, and communication.
Those are crucial for any freelancers, right?
Absolutely.
You're essentially running your own business, so you need to be organized, disciplined, and able to communicate effectively with clients.
Absolutely. And let's not forget the importance of research.
Yeah.
You need to be able to find reliable information, evaluate sources, and stay up to date on industry trends.
Research skills are essential for any knowledge worker these days,
Right?
but especially for freelancers who are constantly learning and adapting.
That's a great point. It's about being a lifelong learner,
Yeah.
constantly expanding your skill set and knowledge base.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We've explored different platforms, discussed the skills needed, and even touched on the evolving role of data entry in the age of AI. But before we wrap up, I wanted to revisit something you mentioned earlier, the non-financial benefits of data entry.
Ah, yes. That's an aspect that often gets overlooked.
Yeah,
While earning money is certainly a primary motivation for many,
sure.
data entry skills can be incredibly valuable in other areas of life.
Tell me more. I'm intrigued.
Well, think about the organizational skills involved in data entry.
Okay.
The meticulous attention to detail, the ability to categorize and structure information. These skills can be applied to personal projects, research, or even just managing your everyday life.
That's a fantastic point. Imagine using those skills to organize your personal finances, create a detailed family tree, or manage a research project for a hobby.
Exactly. It's about empowering yourself with tools and techniques that can make you more efficient, organized, and effective in various aspects of your life.
It's like a hidden superpower.
I love that way of thinking about it.
Yeah.
Data entry skills as a hidden superpower. That can be used for both professional and personal gain.
So even if you're not pursuing data entry as a full-time career or side hustle, learning these skills can have a positive ripple effect on other areas of your life.
Absolutely. And that's something we often forget in our pursuit of financial goals.
Yeah.
Sometimes the most valuable skills are the ones that help us improve our daily lives, become more organized, and achieve personal fulfillment.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation. We've gone from exploring platforms and earning potential to discussing AI, critical thinking, and even the hidden superpowers of data entry. It's clear that this field is much more than just typing numbers into a spreadsheet.
It truly is. And I think what we've uncovered here applies to anyone seeking knowledge and skills in today's rapidly changing world. It's about being adaptable, curious, and willing to embrace new opportunities.
And who knows, maybe those opportunities lie within the often underestimated world of data entry.
You never know where your curiosity might lead you. Speaking of curiosity, are you ready to wrap things up and leave our listeners with a final thought-provoking question?
I am, but you know me, I always like to add a bit of a cliffhanger.
Okay.
So instead of ending with a question, how about we leave our listeners with a challenge?
Ooh, I like that. A challenge it is. What do you have in mind?
Well, we've talked a lot about the technical skills, the soft skills, the platforms, and the evolving nature of data entry.
Right.
But I think what truly sets successful freelancers apart is their mindset. So our challenge to listeners is this. Think about what kind of mindset you need to thrive in the world of freelancing and remote work. It's not just about finding the right platform or having the technical skills. It's about cultivating a certain way of thinking,
Yeah.
a certain approach to work and life.
I love that challenge. It really gets to the heart of what it takes to succeed as a freelancer. And it's something that goes beyond any specific job or skill set. It's about developing a growth mindset,
Yeah.
being adaptable, and embracing the challenges and rewards of independent work.
Exactly. It's about taking ownership of your career, setting your own goals, and being proactive in seeking out opportunities. It's about being resilient in the face of setbacks and constantly learning and evolving.
It's about finding that balance between independence and collaboration,
Yeah.
knowing when to seek support, when to network, and when to push yourself outside of your comfort zone.
And it's about finding joy in the process, the
Yeah.
joy of learning new skills, tackling new challenges, and creating something valuable.
Beautifully said. It's about remembering that work can be both fulfilling and financially rewarding,
Yeah.
and that you have the power to shape your own path.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of data entry jobs from home, we encourage you to go beyond the platforms, beyond the skills, and really think about the mindset that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing data entry as a career, a side hustle, or simply using those skills to enhance your personal life, cultivating the right mindset is key.
Absolutely. It's the foundation upon which all else is built. And it's something you can start developing today no matter where you are in your journey.
We hope this deep dive has given you valuable insights, sparked your curiosity, and maybe even inspired you to explore the possibilities that exist within the world of data entry and remote work. Remember, knowledge is power,
hmm
and the more you learn, the more empowered you become to shape your own future.
And never underestimate the power of curiosity. It's what drives us to learn, to grow, and to discover new possibilities. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.
Until next time, happy diving.